Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 50th episode and 6-month anniversary of the series premiere of the Fan Experience podcast. For those of you joining us for the first time, my name is Mike Katos. I am the host. Alongside me is my co-host, Rick Molina. Rick, 6 months, man.
Yeah, 6 months, man. Who would have thought? A couple guys doing the podcast, putting a couple of laptops together, some earbuds, and here we are, man. Episode 50 of the Fan Experience podcast. It's been an honor and a joy to do this show with you, Mike. It's just been an amazing journey, and it's just going to keep growing. And tonight's a special show because it's just you and me tonight. We got so much to talk about, a lot going on in the world of sports. I know you want to talk about your beloved Mets. I want to talk about my beloved Knicks later. We got some Jets talk to talk about, but I think we need to begin with what's going on this Sunday. Chiefs, Bills, Packers, Bucks. It's going to be an exciting Sunday in the NFL. Take it away.
Well, Patrick Mahomes is trending towards playing. So, let's just hope that keeps up and that he plays. And I think it's going to be the best championship Sunday that we've had in a long time. Like,
wow, that's a stretch. Okay, interesting.
I mean, let's just be real. Like it's stern competition all the way around. So,
yeah.
You got the best offense going against a very good defense and the GOAT in Tom Brady.
Yes.
Obviously, he's big game Tom, whatever you want to call him, but he definitely knows how to play in championship games. Granted, they are on the American Conference side, but it's still it's still some familiar ground for the most part. It's just not the first time it's going to be in Lambeau Field. He did say his blood has thinned out a little bit since playing in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, of course.
But I think that he will be. I think that he'll be fine. But I still think the Packers come out on top in that game. Are we going to go with our picks here? Are we going the spread, or are we doing that a little later?
We'll do it a little later before the show ends. But you're right.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this weekend. 2 reasons. One, you got the young guns, right? You got the immortal Patrick Mahomes against the up and coming Jesus Christ. His name's Allen. What's his first name again?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. I'm thinking Justin Allen. Josh Allen from the Bills against Patrick Mahomes, which is going to be, I think these kids are just going to be flinging the ball down the field. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. And then you have the 2 greats, Aaron Rodgers against Tom Brady. We always wanted to see him in a Super Bowl. We never got a chance to, but now we see him in an NFC Championship in Lambeau Field. The weather's going to be freezing. Not sure if there's going to be any snow out there, but it's going to be exciting to see these guys play. Obviously, the spread is -3 right now, favoring. Is it 3.5? I think. Is it 3?
The Packers is 3.5.
3.5.
Packers is 3.5.
Packers is 3.5. A Florida team traveling to Green Bay, all that history, all that tradition. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be a fun Sunday. But in the end, I think my prediction is going to be a Chiefs. Well, we'll save the predictions for afterwards. But again, it's going to be a fun Sunday to watch. It's definitely going to be a fun Sunday to watch. And also now, talking about the NFL, a lot of coaching moves being made in the league. The Jets hiring Robert Saleh. The Lions hired who was it? Luke. What was his name? Campbell. Was it Luke Campbell? I believe his name is.
It was it the guy from? It's escaping me right now.
It was Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell's the new coach of the Detroit Lions. The Chargers still have an opening. I know the Chargers hired the defensive coordinator.
Yes.
Right?
Was it defensive or offensive?
I thought it was a defensive coordinator from the Rams.
Okay, yes, you're right.
Obviously, Urban Meyer with the Jags, but the Houston Texans can't hire a coach. Mike, what's going on down there? They can't get anybody to go there. And Deshaun Watson wants to leave, and I think we need to get to that a little bit. So it's just incredible. What do you think about this opening down in Houston? Obviously, Deshaun doesn't want to be there. The ownership, it's just a mess down there. Like, they got to find a way to figure that out over there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hot mess. It is a hot mess over there. Actually, let's just put up this comment really quick from Emmanuel. Thank you for commenting. He is picking the Chiefs and the Bucks in the Super Bowl.
All right, Emmanuel.
It's obviously you can't count Brady out, so I do understand. But Aaron Rodgers is playing out of his mind right now.
Exactly, and
we do have somebody on Instagram that is leaning with Brady as well. I mean, you can't count it out.
I think a lot of people are leading Brady because of the GOAT status, leading the Bucks in the NFC Championship. But at the end of look, that's Aaron Rodgers' home field. I don't see a Florida team coming in there, and as great as Brady is, Green Bay is going to win this game. And we're giving our predictions. I don't want to give my predictions away, but I just see Green Bay playing a typical Green Bay game and being, the Green Bay Packers that we've seen all year and pulling this one out.
I will say this. If Tom Brady and the Patriots were playing the Packers, Tom Brady and the Patriots would be beating the Packers.
Agreed.
However,
I don't know.
Because they will shut down Devontae Adams. That's what Bill Belichick does. He shuts down that top player, and he will figure out a way to shut him down. Bruce Arians, he's great, he has, good defensive mind. Obviously, Todd Bowles over there,
right,
sucks ass as a head coach, but he is a pretty good defensive coordinator. Matty Wolf, thank you for joining us. Correct. Fournette is going to be key in that game if the Bucks are going to have any chance in winning that game. So I completely agree.
So has people forgotten the fact that there's Aaron Jones is there, Aaron Rodgers is there, Devontae Adams is there? I mean, I'm thinking people are leaning, just not giving the Packers any respect here in this game. Now, come on now, they're at home, right? They got the great Aaron Rodgers. Their run game's real good. Their defense is underrated. I think, look, I don't know why people are thinking just because it's Brady, they're going to go up there and win. He has this aura. Remember, he couldn't go into Denver and win in there. So just because he was with the Patriots and he was doing well, when he would go up to Denver, he just couldn't win up there. And I think the same thing is going to happen in this game here. I think that Green Bay is going to play a hell of a game, play the game that they normally play up there, and pull out a W.
Luis says, "Go Bucks."
Well, Luis is wrong because he's a Cowboys fan and he's wrong. All right.
So we know who Luis is.
Yeah. Okay. You're wrong. You're a Cowboy fan and you're wrong. Go Packers.
All right. Joseph over here on Instagram.
I mean, not go Packers, but the Packers are going to claim victory.
Joseph here on Instagram. He's asking.
What do you got to say there?
He's asking about Mahomes, and Mahomes is trending in the right direction. So it looks like all signs point to that he's going to be playing. For those of you, Wonder Woman Licious says, let Luis live.
Wonder Woman Licious is also a Cowboy fan. And but getting to Mahomes, that's going to be interesting, right? So Pat Mahomes, obviously concussion protocol. Yeah. He's been taking all the first team snaps. So I think he's trending to play. If Chad Henne has to come into the game,
I think he'll be fine. And for those of you, I know that you can only hear me on Instagram. I always have the headphones on. But if you guys want to check out the full feed, please go and take a look at the links in our bio. We're on YouTube right now, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. So go take a look. I guess the quickest and easiest way is to go to Twitter @TheFansPod. And you could see the full version. It's a lot more done up than this behind the scenes shot that you're looking at, but we still appreciate you being on there. And I will be reading the comments. And there is a link below on both feeds right now, on Instagram and on this one. It is Hot Take www.fanexperiencepod.com. We are inviting you to come in and, say a few words about, whether it's your team, whether it's the NFL playoffs, whether it's, the Kyrie situation. Maybe it's, some of the hirings around the NFL, look ahead into the MLB season, we could talk about Jared Porter, even though it was a couple of days ago. Yep. But speaking of baseball for a second, let's change gears for a second.
All right.
So George Springer, the prize acquisition of the off season, did not go to the Mets.
Nope.
The Blue Jays, spent an arm and a leg, 6 years, $150 million. The Mets would not go higher than 5 for $125.
Yep.
And you know what? I cannot hate on the move. The guy is often injured, number one. And number two, he has, it's going to hamper us for the Lindor extension, the Conforto. And you know what? I still cannot forget that he cheated and he was part of that scandal. And yes, people deserve second chances and whatnot, but
right.
Obviously JD Davis is great. And not JD Davis, the other guy, what do we got?
Dominic Smith?
No, the other guy that came from there. Marisnik.
Oh, yeah.
But actually I think JD Davis was there too.
Not sure if he was there or not.
But obviously you can't fault the guy for something that everybody was doing, but if everyone's going to be jumping off the Brooklyn
Jake
Bridge.
Marisnik.
Yes, if everyone's jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge, you're going to do it too. But whatever. I mean, It was just there, and it was being enabled by Mr. Beltran himself. Mm-hmm. He was a piece in that, and Alex Corey. I mean, he's back. He's back with the Red Sox now. Yeah. Like they did that 1 year, and now he's back. I'm glad that the Mets didn't go the Beltran route. I didn't like it when they chose to do it. Mm-hmm. And it's surprising that the Wilpons actually took action. Actually, I think they were forced to take action.
Yeah.
But the guy that does take action is leading the charge now. So Steve Cohen is leading the charge, and right now there is word and speculation that Trevor Bauer, he's still unsigned. Cy Young Award winner. He is the favorites to land. Trevor Bauer are the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the New York Metropolitans. Obviously I would love to have Bauer there, but it's probably going to cost an arm and a leg. I don't really mind it if we lose on that battle, but I think he would be nice in New York. I think he fits the landscape. I think he fits the media. I would love to have him on. So if anybody listening knows Trevor Bauer, please send him our way. But because he's a good interview. He's a great interview. I mean, the guy is all about his personal brand, and he is one of the guys that will be taking charge in trying to make baseball relevant again. And doing that in New York, not only will he give the Mets a leg up or an arm up on the competition, but it will help the publicity of the MLB in general. So it would be better for Bauer to come here, the media capital of the world. But obviously, Los Angeles ain't
too shabby.
Ain't too shabby either for publicity purposes. I must say, I think there's a couple of cameras lying around over there in Los Angeles. But what are your thoughts there, Rick?
Yeah, well, first on the Springer thing, the guys from Connecticut wanted to play closer to home, but plays in Toronto. Couple things there.
Well, they might be playing in Buffalo.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, Connecticut, Buffalo. I mean, Western New York, Connecticut.
Yes. It is far. Yes,
it's a bit far. A couple things on that. One, obviously, the extra. They got outbid by $30 million. But I think, secondly, the media, I think had a part to play in that. I don't know that George Springer coming here to the Mets after all that he dealt with in Houston with all that. I mean, he would have been bombarded with that, right? And if things would have gone haywire, and if he's not hitting or whatever, I don't know that somebody like George Springer can handle the intense spotlight of the New York media, especially after what happened in Houston and all that. So in a way, I think the Mets kind of dodged the bullet there. I just think it just would have been a distraction. He would have dealt with a lot of stuff. Mind you, great player, but like you said, the stats showed himself. I mean, it's not like he's lighting it up or anything. On Trevor Bauer, I agree. Trevor Bauer would be perfect for the Mets. He'd be perfect for New York. The personality, it would be like he'd be like the biggest star in Queens, right? He'd be the leader of the team. He'd take charge in that clubhouse. Mr. Cohen would definitely have his back over there, and I think he would just lead a resurgence over there. And I think the Mets need somebody like that in that clubhouse to kind of infuse that energy, that kind of swag a little bit, saying, hey, we're the Mets. We're here to hell with the Yankees, although it's not going to happen. But that's kind of
Syndergaard's kind of that guy too, but he's going to be missing until June. So
yeah, exactly. And you need a guy who's pitching. I mean, you need somebody who's out there with that kind of voice. And I think he'd be perfect. And if you're the Mets and if you want somebody like that, you go out and get him. Like you make the deal. Like you do whatever it takes to get that money and get him that money and get him to New York. Now, if he goes to LA, and I'm reading here that he was, the Dodgers are involved in this. They just where's everything? The Dodgers are monitoring the market for Trevor Bauer. I mean, you put him on a World Series team over there, my God.
Yeah, that'll make things a little sticky for the rest of the league.
And if you're like our previous guest, our good friend Lonnie Murray said in our previous show, she's taking the Padres, but you put a Trevor Bauer in the NL West. That's
changed that landscape significantly.
Yeah, significantly. So, it's exciting to see at least the Mets being involved in these things, right? Like a few years, the Mets couldn't do this. They'd sign a Jake Marisnick or do that. But now they're playing in the deep end of the pool, man. They're trying to get some big names on the team. They're trying to change the environment, the energy at Citi Field. But if you're the Mets and you want to make a big splash, you want to get a guy who's going to change that locker room, you make this happen. You find a way, Sandy Alderson, Steve Cohen, pony the money up, whatever it takes, and you make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I would rather spend more on Bauer than I would have on Springer. I mean, that's no 100%. Question. 100%. Because it's the swagger that Bauer brings.
Yeah.
And it's not that cloud. Like I get it. Like Bauer is gonna make a payday, for one great year. I mean, let's just be real about it. He was kind of middle of the pack, above average, but
yeah.
You can't say he's better than DeGrom. He was better than DeGrom 1 year. DeGrom won it 2 years in a row, and honestly has been great the majority of his career. Never got any run support. But right. I think things are going to change this year. I think there's going to be some run support. But however, I mean, if Trevor Bauer does sign with the Mets, you're looking at Jacob DeGrom.
Yep.
Trevor Bauer.
Yep.
Carlos Carrasco.
Yep.
Noah Syndergaard come June.
Uh-huh.
And Marcus Stroman as your 5.
Yeah. Now, Stroman, he still hasn't shown us if he can really.
But I'm saying, as he was our 2,
right.
He was supposed to be our 2 or a 3, but now we're talking about having him as a 5.
Yeah. So you're right. I mean, a Carlos Carrasco,
that's a Bauer, huge difference. And we just signed another starter too the other day. And I can't remember who that was.
I mean, you don't want to face that in a 5-game series in the playoffs. You just don't. I mean, you just don't, because that's like a line. That's a pitching lineup that's coming. That's just relentless, man. Like it's like, how do you get through this? I mean, eventually that just wears you down and it just deflates your lineup. So that would be. I mean, you get the Mets in the playoffs, you got a good shot.
Yeah,
and especially with teams like the Padres with the Tatis Jr. out there, Manny Machado. If you can neutralize lineups like that, I mean, that goes a long way, man. That goes a real long way. And San Diego.
So we got Joey Lucchesi in a 3-team deal with the Pirates on Monday. 27-year-old lefty, and he's a starter. Yeah. So Stroman could be a bullpen guy. I mean, well, actually, no, he'd be in there until Syndergaard comes back, and then who knows what they're going to do with Syndergaard when he does come back. Maybe they're going to make him a specialist, or, well, actually, is there really even specialists anymore? Which, by the way, I love that whole rule, the new rules. I love that you have to face at least 3 batters.
Yeah, I think that's good. You don't bring in a guy for one.
That.
Yeah, you don't bring in a guy for one pitcher and then you pull him out right away. No,
Yeah. I don't like that.
and
Like I
that's
want
another change that baseball is making. That's good for the
Mhm.
game. That you're not
Absolutely.
slowing the game down. That's good for the game. Good to Bob Manfred for doing that. So that's good stuff.
No, absolutely. We love that. And are they going to be keeping that extra innings thing? I think they are, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, it's more fun.
I also heard that the DH, the universal DH, will not be making its way into Major League Baseball in 2021. And I can't be happier about that. I know it's coming, but give me another year, man. Give me another year.
Listen,
I'm a
man.
Mets fan. I am a National League strategy guy.
Yeah.
And if you're playing a position, you should have to bat. Okay? I mean, come on. In Little League, did you bat?
Yeah, but this is professional baseball. Hey, Little League, the best players pitched.
In high school, in college.
Right. The best players pitch. Now you're playing professional ball, man. Like the best guys play the outfield and they catch or they're in the infield. The pitcher focuses on pitching. Eventually, the designated hitter is going to come to professional baseball. It's just going to happen. I mean, it's trending that way. It's going to see it going that way. And here's the other thing. These guys already play with free agency. They play in one league or the other. There's interleague baseball. It's going to happen. I mean, it just is. I mean, eventually they're gonna put the designated hitter into the National League, and I think it's gonna make the game more fun. Get another batter in there, get some offense in there. I mean, it's just gonna be better for the game. I don't know why you want an automatic out in the ninth, in your 9 spot. You don't want an automatic out in the 9 hole. You want a guy in 9 who at least can hit, bats 250, gives you 10 home runs a year, can hit. Makes the game more fun. Anything to make the game more fun, I'm for. That's me, because baseball needs, again, we've had this conversation many times, man. With the changes they're making, I think is great, but I think eventually the designated hitter going full bore Major League Baseball is coming, and it's the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's coming, but I'm going to be thankful for another year.
You're a traditionalist.
We got some good hitters, man. I mean, DeGrom could swing the stick a little bit, and then you got Noah Syndergaard. He could pop a few off there too. But I like our hitting pitchers. And hey, if your pitchers can't hit, then sucks for you.
Yeah, man. Man. But you go into the ballpark, right? You go to the game. You don't want to see the 9 guy an automatic out, like the pitcher's an automatic out. You don't go for yes, you go for strategy, but you want to see some offense, some action, man. Come on. Mm-hmm. So I don't mind it at all. I think it's great. I think more offense, more fun. It's the MLB is a union, and it adds a union job. It's not like you're taking a job for somebody, you're adding a roster spot there. So it's good, man.
It definitely prolongs people's players' careers.
Yep.
I understand that. Mm-hmm. I understand that part of it. And I mean, obviously there are some liabilities defensively.
There you go.
So I get that part, but it's just it goes both ways. It goes both ways. It also gives the pitchers the opportunity, and it gives a leg up on those teams that have a little bit better on the pitching side, on the hitting pitcher side of things too. So that's also part of the game, but it is what it is. I think the Mets would be fine either way because they have Dom Smith and Pete Alonso there, and it would definitely give them both the opportunity to play almost every game. So it doesn't hurt the Mets. But like you said, I'm a traditionalist, and I like the old school. And how when was DH implemented in the first place?
I think it was in the 70s. No,
70s.
I'll tell you right now. Hold on one second.
It was probably later than that, but
hold on one second. Tell you right now. Hit a rule. Hold on. Let's see. It
1972.
in 1972. Okay, yeah. It's been it's gonna be 50 years.
Yeah.
50 years.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I just think it's time.
I get it. I mean, obviously they're changing rules, that they're modernizing everything in all sports. They're modernizing everything. They're COVIDizing everything now. A COVID thing. So when are we going to see fans at a baseball game? You think? Do you think by
I think in the
All-Star break?
fall. I think in the fall. I think you're going to start having. I think you're going to start having. Not like maybe 10,000 fans, but I think by the fall, by September, you're going to start seeing. I think things will be a little better. Personally, I think things will be a lot better, and we're going to start seeing fans. I mean, you're going to start seeing tailgates. We're going to have our show on the road. So for those of you out there who follow us, meet us at the ballparks.
We'll be there.
We'll be there tailgating, making fools out of ourselves, but for our fans. But I think by September, man, I think really by September, we're going to be all right, and we'll be out there. We'll be out there with the fans and with the people. But I think you're going to see. I think in New York City, I think you're going to start seeing that at least by the fall.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't see basketball and hockey having anybody until their 2021 to 2022 season.
Yeah.
And then football, I think football by kickoff of next year, I think we're going to be close to
normal.
Close to full.
Yeah.
Close to full capacity.
Yeah.
Maybe half. I mean, they gotta do it in bursts, I think.
Yeah.
But,
no, I think you'll see. I think you'll see 25, 30, 40,000 people in these stadiums pretty soon.
Yeah, but not for nothing. Like, I mean, like the Bills game, I think it was the other day.
6,000 people.
A lot of people were pretty close together.
Yeah,
and I think they didn't have anybody up front, up top, which I get, but
yeah,
there was like clusters of 10 people. Like, I know that probably Bills Mafia rolls heavy and all that, but 10 people, that's that's a little bit of a stretch in a pandemic to get 10 people to go. But I guess they've been missing it all year, and they are in the playoffs. So, but I thought they were just it was just too many people that were together. But it is what it is. So what's the next order of business? And like we said, everybody, everyone here on Instagram, everyone watching the feed, hottake.fanexperiencepod.com. Visit that link, come in, give a hot take. What do you think?
Questions,
what do you think about the DH? What do you think about the, when are we going to open it up to fans? When are we're going to talk about the Chiefs, talk about the Bills, talk about the, the Bucks and Packers. Whatever you want to talk about, just come and join us.
Give us some ideas of what are you going to do for Super Bowl Sunday? Like, what are you guys going to throw parties? What are you going to do? Oh, actually, let me rephrase. You should not throw parties. You should not do that. Stay safe, stay healthy. But if you're going to stay with 2 or 3 people, give us some ideas. What are you going to do? What are you going to do for some fun? So,
yeah. No pool parties unless
it's no pool parties. Absolutely. But talk a little NBA. My Knicks are playing the Golden State Warriors in about 30 minutes, so they go to get to 500. But let's talk about the Nets a little bit. Kyrie's back from his hiatus. KD obviously doing what KD does, and James Harden coming in right away, and guys already averaging a triple-double. I mean, it's insane how they play. But they did lose their first game together last night, right? They
did double overtime. I can't remember what the score was. Here we go. 147 to 135.
Yeah, those are ridiculous.
High scoring. I mean, it was double overtime, and Kyrie, dropped 37.
Yep.
One less than Durant's 38.
Okay.
And Harden put up 21 himself, but so at least he put up some digits. Obviously, it's in 6 quarters, so I guess it's a little easier to throw up 37, but I mean, obviously, but they had a good feeling. They all said that, it felt nice and it felt right that they were all on the court together. And you're never going to, win every game.
Right.
Just the way it is. So I think there's no reason to overreact, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the stats here, Durant took 25 shots, Kyrie took 28 shots, and Harden took 14. And you just got to wonder, how they're going to be able to share the ball and divvy up some of these shots. Because
shot.
The last thing you want in a playoff is for James Harden to check out. You know what I mean? Like, he's not getting his touches. If you're the Nets, you don't want him just sort of being like, all right, I'm not involved in this. So you just want to be able to spread the ball a little more. I'm sure Steve Nash is, they're working some things in, but they look real good, man. I mean, it's going to be them and the Bucks and Miami and the Sixers in the East right now. Obviously the Knicks are the 6th seed, just throwing that out there, but be that as it may,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I just want to see how they're going to be able to share the basketball. It's going to be interesting. I hope Nash has a plan for this, man, because if this thing doesn't work out, these guys could opt out in a year and a half, and it'll be pretty ugly in Brooklyn if that happens. They gave up all that ton of draft capital for James Harden, and these guys opt out. Oh, it'll be a disaster. I don't know how you rebuild that.
Oh, nah, you can't. I mean,
yeah, that organization
cannot
is done for 10
happen.
years.
I mean, that can't happen. They're gonna. That's gonna cripple them for
10 years,
7 years. Easy.
You'll be the Knicks again. You'll be the Knicks, pretty much crippled for 20 years. That's what'll happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but it's good that your Knicks are doing okay. That's at the 6th seed, but let's just be real. I mean,
listen, man.
But listen, this is coming from a guy that has a baseball team that owns opening day and owns April. Okay. Yeah. All right. You don't win a championship in April. Okay.
Yeah. And what about this? The NBA is enforcing the no hug rule at midcourt. Apparently guys have been, shaking hands and hugging a lot. And for COVID protocols, they're like, you know what? We're just going to put security there and we're not going to let you guys hug.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
got a little hugging going on in that, with Brady and Breeze, and people, people were saying like, oh, COVID protocol, what are they doing? But I don't know. I could watch that video and think about COVID, to be honest. But
yeah, I mean, but Tom does what he wants. I mean, the guy was when he signed with Tampa, he was going to the parks, no mask, no nothing. I mean, Brady. It does what he wants, and you guys they're on the field over there. Who's going to tell him not to hug and talk and nothing like that? Who's going to say that to him? Nobody's going to say that to him.
Exactly. Maybe Giselle. But Giselle
might be like, Tom, where's your mask? But
yeah, I think Giselle puts him in his place. Thank you very much, Nathan. You keep up the great work as well. Yes, guys, check out the NR Hour over there on Instagram. He's got a lot of great guests, and
yes,
makes our episode 50 looks a little pedestrian, but but all good.
Compared to his 700, 700 episodes.
I think he's at like 670, but
but
but keep up the great work there, Nathan.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to give a hot take? Jump on we have the lines open. So where were we? Okay, so the hugging rule.
Yep.
I mean, it's just to further protect, and it's, is it necessary? Is it something that you're gonna really that you're gonna really take an issue at? I mean, it's in the grand scheme of things, you're not losing out on much. 672 episodes from Nathan.
Yes.
Okay. And you're welcome for the shout out, Nathan. Not a problem.
Oh, thanks, Joe. Appreciate that.
Joseph, thank you for tuning in. And thank you very much for the kind words. If you want to give a hot take, please, hottake.fanexperiencepod.com. Right there.
But yeah, getting back to the NBA. So it's going to be interesting, now that we're getting into the heart of the season, how the Lakers are going to play. The Clippers have taken the Clippers 11-4, and they're in first place in the West over there. So
They are, yes.
yeah.
Well, they're tied for 11 and 4 and 11 and 4.
Yeah. Kawhi looks like he's woken up. So it's interesting. You got the Clippers and the Lakers, and the Jazz are 10 and 4. The Suns are right there. So I'm surprised the Mavericks with Luka and KP over there. But is KP hurt? Let me see. No, Porzingis isn't hurt, but they're 7 and 7, which is surprising.
Mm-hmm.
It's real surprising. I thought they'd be better with KP and Luka over there, but I guess not.
Yeah, we have a caller.
All right.
We have a caller. All right.
Okay.
Let's bring on our caller and let's get his hot take. Joe, how we doing? Thanks for calling. Joe, you there?
How you doing?
Hey, Joe, how's it going?
How you doing? So you got a hot take for us?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
Doing great. Got a hot take for us?
Just tuning in, just seeing what's going on, and I was out of work for some months. I worked at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, receiving merchandise, and just staying in touch with sports, and it's good to hear guys like yourself and what's going on in the world here.
Yeah, we certainly appreciate it. I remember we spoke a couple of months ago, and I know we talked about that, and it's been crazy. Obviously COVID, affecting a lot of people, but I'm definitely going to keep my ear to the ground for you, and I know that you're always on LinkedIn, and you're always looking for all of the opportunities. So I'm definitely keeping my ear to the ground for you as well. Do you have any hot takes? Anything on your favorite teams? Anything that you like, dislike that's going on, or you want to give us a little preview of this weekend's games? What do you got? You got the Chiefs.
I would say. I would say that probably it'd be hopefully Mahomes plays, and hopefully I'm thinking the Chiefs and the Packers is the Super Bowl. It sounds about right. I'm a Washington football fan, so it was kind of really tough with the whole change of name and stuff, but it is what it is. It's we're going through some tough times here, so hopefully we can get past this, and I think that's one thing. Thank goodness for sports, because for us who work in it, we're happy. This is what we want to do, and with all the turmoil and stuff in our country and in the world, it's like the pandemic put everything on a freeze for a little bit, and we're like, what do we do?
I know.
Exactly. Enjoy this.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people on, that have been affected by this. So, you're not alone. But it's definitely disappointing to see it all going down. And, we just decided in the middle of this, just start the podcast and, try to get away from that, get away from all the other distractions and just focus on just talking about sports, like you said, sports just, makes you just forget everything else for a second, and, you could just focus on that. But, all right. So, Chiefs, Packers, Rick, you got any questions?
Yeah, no. So, Chiefs, Packers, you took my prediction. I'm with you, Joe. I think it's a Chiefs, Packers Super Bowl, a replay of Super Bowl I. And the question is, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but if that is a Super Bowl, can Aaron Rodgers beat the immortal Patrick Mahomes, the young lion, against, that old teacher, right? It's going to be interesting if it plays out like that. And if it not, it's going to be, it'll be Mahomes against the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Tom Brady. And can Tom Brady once again repeat what he did a couple of years ago in Kansas City and beat the immortal Patrick Mahomes? So many storylines, Joe. It's exciting it's going to be exciting to watch. I can't wait to see it Sunday, and I'm sure you're excited to watch it as well.
I think I agree with both of you. I think if Brady was still in New England, they would win.
Yeah.
And I think they had the tool. I was never a New England fan, but it's one of those things you have to respect, But I think the tools are there in Tampa, but I don't know. There's still times they're still not running on 100% cylinders, and it's like, I don't know. It, like you guys said, it should be a good weekend.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see Tom Brady, with home field advantage, in the Super Bowl, because we've never seen that, but we'll see how it plays out. Should be a great, should be a great weekend of games. Joe, good luck to you, and like I said, I'll keep my ear to the ground for you, and we're connected on LinkedIn, so we will certainly be chatting a little bit more. But
thank you, Joe. Good luck to you, man.
Have a great weekend. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you, Joe.
Keep the great work up.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was Joe from Philly. He's got the Chiefs and Packers. Look, man.
In fact, I mean, it's the logical choice, of course. But I think it could go either way. I think
you can never doubt Brady.
Team, you can't doubt the Bills either. You can't. Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen are playing out of their minds.
Hey, Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek Hill is another. He's shoving coaches on the side.
They also have Tre'Davious White that could somehow stop Tyreek Hill.
Wait a minute. Hey, that guy runs a 4.1940
compared to other people. Okay, all
right. Tyreek Hill is in that mode. He's in that zone right now. He's shoving coaches, picking fights with people, trying to get first downs. He's making ridiculous catches. Listen, the Bills, great story. The Bills, Josh Allen, his third year leading into the AFC Championship game. A guy who they said, his accuracy was off. Played at a small school. Here he is. He's a stud now. He's a star. He's leading his team to the championship game. The Bills, Sean McDermott leading his team. But at the end of the day, Mike, as long as number 13 is back there. I'm sorry, what's his number? 15? Is it 13 or 15? God, I forget.
Mahomes is 15.
15. As long as number 15 is back there, man. I'm rolling with the Chiefs. Just the way
all right. Well, then you know what? That's a good time to
It's time to segue into our picks.
Yeah, let's go get into these picks. So, all right. Well, let's just since we're already talking about the Chiefs and the Bills, so they got the Chiefs at home, favorite 3. At Arrowhead Stadium. So are they covering the 3 for you?
They are covering the 3. Kansas City's covering the 3. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to go back and forth a bit, but at the end of the day, I think the Chiefs pull away late. Mm-hmm. And they cover the 3, and they're going on to Super Bowl 54 or 55. 54.
Is it 55? I think next year is 55.
I have no idea. I think it's Super Bowl.
I think it's 54.
Yeah.
I think it's 54.
Yep. It's it's the 5. Super Bowl 55. The 55th Super Bowl. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take the Bills because I'm not counting them out, and I'm taking the 3 points that I'm getting.
Okay. All right. There it is.
I do. I think they're scrappy. I think, Stephon, I don't like the Kansas City defense. I don't love the Bills defense neither. Don't get me wrong. But, I don't know. I just feel like the Chiefs, there's been something missing to me all year, whether it's Super Bowl hangover or whatnot, but there's just been something missing. And it's not like firing on all cylinders. They're doing great. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think they was like blowing me away like they were in the previous few years. And the Bills are hot right now. I mean, let's just be real that they are hot, but going away, it definitely gives the Chiefs a little bit of an edge there with the home field, but I think it's anybody's game. Let's move on to the other one. So we were talking a little bit about, Aaron Rodgers and the GOAT, Tom Brady. It's a 3.5 point spread there.
It is.
In Lambeau. Do we have a weather report yet? I have not looked.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Let's take a look at a weather report.
Yeah, let's make a
Before we make a pick, let's do
informed decision
Yeah.
on the Lambeau.
Let's see.
Lambeau Field weather.
So Sunday, 29 degrees, snow showers. Okay. Weekend snowstorm for Wisconsin could impact the NFC Championship game. They might get about 2 to 4 inches. Arians is concerned. Again, you got Brady. Now, Brady has played in that kind of weather. In New England, it gets cold up there. My concern is if you're a Buccaneers fan, the concern is for the other guys who've never played in weather like that.
Snow in the morning, I'm getting.
Okay.
That's what AccuWeather says.
But 29, that thing's going to be icy. It's going to be cold. Again, Brady's played in that kind of weather. The other guys haven't played in that kind of weather. You're living in Tampa, the good life. You're going up to Green Bay. It's cold. It's a little different. But at the end of the day, I think this is Aaron Rodgers' year. This is his time. And I think this is the year that the Green Bay Packers finally don't waste his talent, win the game, and go to the Super Bowl. I got the Green Bay Packers, and I'm taking them. I'm taking them to cover the 3 here.
3.5.
3.5. God, I'm off tonight. Yeah, 3.5.
Because it's 3.5, I am going to go the other way.
Okay,
Mr.
All right.
Molina. 3.5. It could be a field goal game, and I'm not counting out. I can't count out Tom Brady. You can't. They have great wide receivers. They have a lot more wide receivers. They have a good running back in themselves. Obviously, not as good as Aaron Jones.
Mm-hmm.
However, the weapons definitely are plentiful for the Buccaneers.
Yep.
More so than, obviously the Packers have a nice little tight end, and then they have Devontae Adams. They got Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, but the Bucs have a pretty good tight end. I can't recall his name.
Is it O.J. Howard?
They have a couple of them too.
Okay.
But
they got a guy by the name of Gronkowski.
Yeah, Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah.
And you got Mike Evans.
Yep.
You got Chris Godwin.
Yep.
And they have a number 3 wide receiver by the name of Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's gonna be a tough task. The offense has been rolling a little bit. They are hot off of this win against the Chiefs in the Superdome. Granted, Aaron Rodgers is not throwing 3 interceptions, so you can count that out.
Right.
That's not happening. And the Bucs did just win by 10, and all of those interceptions resulted in touchdowns, I believe, too. So,
and they're not playing a quarterback who has a broken chest. So,
however, thank you, Joel.
Thanks, Joel. Appreciate that, man.
Call
Joel,
in.
Take a hot. Joe could give us a hot take. I got Chiefs, Bucks. I got Chiefs, Packers.
There's the link right there.
Bills, Bucks. Man, do you realize that if Brady gets to the Super Bowl with the Bucks and the Bills go, it's like an AFC East game? I mean, where's the fun in that?
I know.
Where is the fun in that? That just kind of took the life out of the Super Bowl.
I'm telling you right now, if the Bucks and the Bills match up in the Super Bowl, Tom Brady is going to win.
Could you imagine? Let's talk about that for a second. Here's Tom Brady, leaves Belichick, leaves New England. Everybody's talking about, Brady needed Belichick, and Belichick needed Brady, and Belichick's going to be able to turn around. They've put Cam Newton in there, and it's a disaster. They didn't even make the playoffs. And here's Brady. He goes to Tampa, kind of a rocky start, and gets his team to the NFC Championship game, right? And if he wins this thing in Green Bay, underdogs in Green Bay, walks in, takes that team to the NFC Championship with Bruce Arians, who's not Brady's kind of coach, because Brady likes discipline. He likes, Arians is more of a, laid back guy, and gets his team to a Super Bowl and pulls this thing off. I mean, his status in the NFL and in sports in general will be through the roof. I mean, the guy will be iconic. I mean, what other accolades could you give him? right? This would be what his 10th Super Bowl if he goes.
I haven't been keeping track.
Yeah, but I mean that's
I usually sleep for like 2 weeks when it's announced that they make the Super Bowl. So
but think about that for a second. I mean, if he pulls this off, I mean, he will be. I mean, he's one of the biggest.
He could not be a product of a Bill Belichick. They're not going to question it because obviously
ever.
Look what Belichick did without Brady.
Right.
He had that year with Garoppolo leading the charge. He had Cam Newton this year.
Yeah, complete disaster.
So apparently Brady played a factor.
Of course. And Belichick loses some of his shine, man, because now people will be like, wait a minute. This guy won all these Super Bowls. It wasn't him. It was number 12, right? So it's man, if he somehow is able to pull this thing off, pull an upset off this Sunday, get his team to a Super Bowl and win this thing, man, bro, that guy walks on water, dude. Like he's like forever revered in history, like beyond what he is now. It'll be incredible. It'll just be something incredible.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't really want Tom Brady to win a Super Bowl. I like the novelty that he could.
Yeah,
but I feel like his hands deserve a break. He doesn't need to be carrying around all the ice all the time.
Yeah.
I would obviously like to see, I would love to see Rodgers get another one.
Yeah.
Love to see Mahomes get another one because, he's going to be, he's going to be something special for the next 10 years.
If he can stay healthy, man, because they got him running like that. He's going to get hurt.
And obviously the Bills have, had their fair share of, problems in the past. So, to get over the hump, obviously that's where I go because I'm always that underdog guy.
Yep.
And they are the ones that are, even though the Bucs are fighting from high, farther back.
Right.
It's still Brady and it's still Gronk on that team. And they've won plenty. I know the other guys didn't. Yeah. But of course they want to win too. Yeah, but I think they got that time.
If Brady does win this thing, I mean, I think he's bigger than Jordan. He's bigger than LeBron. Yeah. I mean, he is probably, I don't know that he's Muhammad Ali. Maybe he might be even up there with Ali, but like he is one of in the history of athletes.
I don't know if you can compare the two. Right.
Different. I mean, Ali obviously, with what his life and his goals and his accomplishments are on another level. But I mean, honestly, Mike, if he wins this thing, I mean, Brady's right up there with those guys. He's up there with Muhammad Ali and Michael Jordan, and like his name is etched in that sort of pantheon of sports athletes.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Tom Brady. I mean, next year there's going to be a DH all over. I mean, you can go move over to baseball like Jordan did too. But yeah, you're right. He's going to be in that Mount Rushmore of sports stars. I mean, is there a Hall of Fame for all the sports, or is there something like that?
I mean, right now, I think you got us. I mean, if you look at in today's world, it's obviously LeBron, it's obviously Tom Brady, Tiger Woods, Roger Federer. I mean, what he's done. You can even say Rafael Nadal, tennis wise. I mean, Serena,
Tiger Woods,
Serena. Those are the five at least right now that are just head and shoulders.
Yeah, but you also have like those solo sports and those team sports. Does that play into it a little?
Yeah. I mean, look, well, you have the solo sports, right? Tennis, Federer and Serena are, they're out there by themselves. You have, obviously LeBron and all that, but that level of athlete, that sort of out of this world kind of athlete. I mean, that's where he is at. That's where that's the level these guys are on. He would be beyond that. I mean, he would just be in the pantheon of like the greatest athlete of all time. I mean, you're talking about right now.
We have somebody on Instagram that wants to join. I'm going to just put the the link again, just so we can get you on the main feed here.
Yeah, sure. Let's get him on. Let's talk a little sports. Talk a little.
So just go to hottake.fanexperiencepod.com. Matan Frankel. I mean, I can. Yeah. I want to get him on the main feed.
Yeah, get him. My good buddy, Matan Frankel, Mayton Jones, as he's known in the real world out there.
Spoiler alert, we're going over an hour again.
That's fine. No, we got to get Matan on. Matan is an expert, a resident expert of sports.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I know he's always been following us. He's always
big follower, huge fan, big supporter of the show.
So appreciate that.
Big supporter of the show. Big Steelers fan. For those of you who want to know, big Steelers fan.
We could talk about that nice game a couple weeks ago with him.
Yeah, that's all right. But look, listen, Matan's a big supporter, big fan. So Matan, thanks for chiming in. Thanks for looking forward to the hot take. But anyway, getting back to what we were talking about, I just think this is going to put Brady on an astronomical level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So so it's going to be interesting. And then 2 weeks from now in Tampa, man, it's going to be a fun Super Bowl. Can't wait to watch it. I think this might be one of these Super Bowls, Mike, where either we do like a pre-show, or if we don't do a show that day, which I'm not sure, I don't think we will. You just order pizza.
I think we're thinking about maybe like a halftime show.
Yeah,
maybe I mean, it's the weekend. Thumbs up whoever is looking forward to the weekend this year as the halftime show, or would you rather join us and chat
and listen to chat about the first half
and and whatever else is going on.
No, not for nothing. I'm gonna be tuning in because last year Shakira and J-Lo were phenomenal. Absolutely
Something tells me that the weekend sex appeal is slightly different than J-Lo and Shakira's. Okay.
Yeah, I mean the weekend. So I think the weekend's gonna be great.
I'm pretty sure I had like a preconceived notion when I was gonna watch the J-Lo and Shakira.
No. I'm talking about performances.
Their hips don't lie, man.
Yeah, no, but I mean Super Bowl halftime performances. I mean some of the great ones.
I know.
Prince was great. The J-Lo one last year was. I mean, I was at a bar and everybody was like standing and cheering for this thing. It was incredible. Obviously, and let's not forget. Is it? I was reading in the paper. The Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson Super Bowl where Mr. Timberlake had a wardrobe malfunction, and there's been an online movement to free Janet to try to get her back performing at the Super Bowl. It's been 17 years or whatever it was. I think the league can let that go. Come on, free Janet, get her back in there, let her perform at the Super Bowl. Things should be great.
Yes.
One of the obviously the all-time.
I mean, at this point, she's a little more mature.
It's all right. Janet Jackson, man. That's
you're right.
Janet Jackson, man.
You're right.
That's just talent. But I think the weekend's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a great show. But who knows if we don't do one. Because obviously, we might, who knows? Somebody, you might go to a Super Bowl party. I might get invited somewhere.
The halftime show's an hour long, so even if we pop on for 20 minutes, talk about the first half, we'll see. I mean,
I'll do it remotely.
It's a few weeks away, and I mean, it doesn't have to be anything special. We'll do it, live from Tampa. That's it.
Yeah. Well. I mean, we can confirm to our fans this evening that we will be live for Super Bowl 56 in SoFi Stadium next year. It is confirmed. Sure. We will be there. We will be doing 3 shows from there next year. So we look forward to you guys watching us and us being on there and sharing our experiences with you down while we're in LA. We're going to go to Venice Beach. We're going to go to LA. We're going to drive down the Pacific Coast Highway. We're going to, show you the sights and sounds of Super Bowl 56, see who we run into. Maybe we'll run into some players. Who knows? But we'll be down there live with the show.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get on Instagram Live. We'll be right on here as well. It might be a little bit more challenging to get on here, but in a year, I'm sure that the technology
we'll figure it out
for this site is going to be a little bit more mobile friendly. I'm going to take a wild guess. But all right, so we made it about an hour. I don't know if Matan is.
I don't think Matan's going to come on. But Matan, thank you for tuning in.
He's not on Instagram anymore, so it would have been nice to have him on. But it's perfectly fine. Next time we'll definitely get him in.
We need to do more of these, man. Like we need to do more of these. This was fun.
It was. I mean,
we get
sports for an hour. I mean,
not even that, but we had like our viewers are calling, like Joe from Philly. Yeah, we got people coming in, and we can just chime in and talk sports with these guys and share. Make people feel better. Get them not thinking about the everyday world. This was fun, man. We got to do another one of these.
Oh, it's all about the fan experience. Am I right?
That's right.
There we go. So that's what we're here for. I mean, things might be a little chaotic with everything else going on. But it's nice to have that escape, for the fan experience. I don't like saying podcast anymore. I
don't either. It's just the fan experience.
I feel like we're a TV show, and whatever, a talk show, TV show, whatever the case is. Like we have monologues and we have guests, and
exactly.
I don't think and we're live and in video and in living color.
Yeah.
And,
exactly.
So I mean, thank you everybody for joining us for episode 50 of the Fan Experience TV show. Yeah. And as always, it is presented by Playing the Field. Playing the Field is an online community and a dating app exclusively for sports fans. So all of you. So, whether you're looking to meet friends, you're looking to, find your MVP or romantic partner, or if you just know somebody that that really loves sports and is looking for that, that partner in life, or even a platonic partner, please tell them to go and sign up at playthefielddating.com. The mobile apps are in development, but the beta is live on the web currently. And Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so go check that out.
That's right. You don't want to be alone on Valentine's Day. It sucks. But guys, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna start doing more of these because we want to get your input. We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna try and add on some shows for sure.
Yeah, and Tuesdays, if you can tune in Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. We'll have our guests and we talk some sports. And just get your minds off the rest of the world. Join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays 9 p.m. for the Fan Experience. Until then, enjoy championship weekend. Hopefully your teams pull it off, and then we'll be back here Tuesday at 9 to break it all down.
Yes, absolutely. Enjoy, and let's see how it all plays out, and we will recap it Tuesday night. And we have a wonderful guest joining us Tuesday night. A great guy by the name of Sharif King.
Oh yeah, Sharif's going to be on. This is going to be a good one, guys. Tune in on Tuesday. It's going to be fun.
As he calls himself, but he's a performer, content creator. So he's a hustler. So that's what we like to have on the show. Just those hardworking individuals. So tune in 9 p.m. Eastern Tuesday night. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. And here is a word from our sponsor.
Good night, everybody. Enjoy the weekend.
Do you want to meet other sports enthusiasts like yourself? Playing the Field can help you connect with people who love sports as much as you do. For friendship or romance. You can showcase up to 5 of your favorite teams on your profile trading card to make it easier to find fellow sports fans. Now you can talk about sports, go to the games, or play sports with others who share your interests. Find out more at playthefieldnow.com.